Hey, this is Nika. This is your 30-minute workout to do from bed. Anytime you just feel a little bit restless, you want to get something going in the morning, or when you're just resting and you want to get the body warmed up, here's your workout to get going. What's up? This is Nika. This is going to be a 30-minute workout, warm up, moving the joints, whatever you kind of need to get the body moving from bed is the idea. Something that you can just be in your bed in the morning. You don't have to get up and go anywhere. You don't have to, move around too much, but you're warming up the body, getting the muscles moving, getting everything loose, preventing getting really tight and stiff. Some of us are in this position just because we've recently had surgery, we have an illness, we have something going on, so the best we can do is do something in bed, which is still great because the whole goal is for you to move your body and keep your joints lubricated, keep the muscles warm, and keep everything moving is the best thing you can do for yourself. Now, some of these, if you're recovering from an injury, there's some things you may or may not be able to do. So make sure you check on what's okay for you, do what feels okay based on medical advice and what's appropriate based on your doctors and whatever you have going on. But everything here is intended to be done from bed. And some of us, it might not even be that you're recovering from an illness, an injury, anything like that. It might just be you don't want to get out of bed today doing much else and you're just going to lay down and do this. And that's great too. You do what works for you and what works for your body. So I'm going to lay down. I'm going to be laying down for about the next 30 minutes and we're going to do this. So I'm laying on my back, right? And the first thing I want you to do is you're just gonna pull your right knee into your chest and breathe. Relax the shoulders, extend that left leg out. Now you're gonna take this right knee and you're just gonna do small circles. So this is what I mean by kind of lubricating the joints, getting some range. I know my hip flexors feel tight in here. It feels good to get this mobility going. Do 2 more in this direction. And then reverse, other direction. Pull it in and around. Nice and slow. Last 2. And 1. Now, take your hands, take them behind your leg at your hamstring. You're gonna bring this thigh into your chest, hold it here, and then you're gonna extend your leg and then bend. Extend up for 2 and bend. Now you get to warm up the back of the leg. 3, 4, push through the heel. 5, 6. You're not trying to force any movement either. I don't care if it gets straight, right? You're gonna feel this either way. 2 more. 1 more. Extend and hold. So now shoulders back, right? So your upper back is active. You have some activation and some muscle work happening there. Your leg is extended up to the ceiling. Now I'm going into ankle circles. The rest of my leg doesn't move. And look at your foot. Try to get some movement in every range of motion. You're gonna notice one direction is gonna feel tighter than the other. And then reverse. Pull all the way around, make sure you point and flex. Last 3, 2, and 1, and then point and flex back for 10. When you flex back, I want you to pull your toes towards your face and push out through your heel, and you'll feel that calf muscle stretch. 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 1 more, and 10. Rebend your knee, put your foot down, slide the leg out. Now you're gonna take the left knee, bend it into your chest. And then we do the same thing with those circles around. Pull your knee in, circle it around. Notice where it kind of feels a little tighter in that hip. You might feel a little more stretch as you're going across your body. And then reverse, other direction. Think about your breath here. No matter what time of day you're doing this, you want to bring oxygen into the body. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Last one. And then hold. Take your hands at the back of the leg. Pull the thigh towards your chest. Inhale. Exhale, extend the leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now extend and hold it. And then now those ankle circles. All the way around. And then reverse. Reach to both corners of the room. We're making full circles. And then center, and then point and flex. Now remember, when you flex, I want you to push out through your heel, point, and then point. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee in, put your foot down, slide the leg out. Now from here, I want you to work on hip hikers. So you're gonna hike one hip up and then extend. So we're activating through our QL, through our obliques, but also I generally feel a little bit of movement through the hip flexors and opening when I do this. Your core is a part of this. I'm pulling one hip up, making essentially the other leg longer, and then alternating. 2 and 1, even them out. Now you're gonna inhale, take your hands on your pelvis. When you exhale, pull the belly in. Inhale and exhale, pull the belly in. From here, I want you to flex your feet back and feel that activation through the front of the legs, and then take a second, point the toes. Flex the feet back, tighten the front and tops of the legs, and then release. Now toes are pointing up to the ceiling. You're gonna inhale, exhale, lift your right leg up, point the toes, flex, push away and lower. Lift and lower for 2. Lift, lower for 3. Exhale, pull the abs in. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10, switch legs. If keeping the other leg straight is a little bit too much on your back for any reason, you're gonna bend the opposite knee. So now when we switch legs and I go to my left leg, I'm gonna show the modification, which is I'm gonna bend my right knee, foot flat, inhale, exhale, lift the left leg for 10, 9, so you have that option, right leg is bent or straight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and down. Straighten both legs out. Now we're gonna do single leg circles. So again, be mindful of your back. You have the option, you can bend the other knee if for any reason this is too much, any strain on your back, anything like that. Hands on your hips, because I don't want you to move them. I want them to be stable. So I want you to be able to feel if they're wiggling around so you can adjust. You're gonna inhale. When you exhale, lift the right leg up. Inhale, cross midline. Exhale, circle around for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, reverse. 8, 7, left leg is stable. 6, 5, pick the leg up with your abs. 4, 3, 2, and 1, back down. Other leg, lift the left leg up. Make sure that right side's stable. Cross for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold, reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower it down. You're gonna hug your right knee into your chest, Hug your left knee into your chest. Do double circles. So I'm gonna pull in and around 3 times each direction. And then reverse. Good, from here, take a second, just hug both knees into your chest. Slowly rock side to side, if that feels good for you. All right, we're gonna roll on to our side and do some leg lifts. So, with the idea that you're probably in bed doing this, you would like to have a pillow under your head. I'm just gonna put my hand, and just so your neck is supported, right? I don't want your head like this hanging. That's a lot of strain on the top of your neck. So you can be nice and comfortable. We're gonna do straight legs here, and what I'd like you to do is you're on your side and you just bring your legs slightly forward. Lengthen your pelvis. You're gonna take this top leg, reach it away from you, flex your feet, push through your heels. Inhale, when you exhale, lift the leg up. Inhale, back down. 9, think of reaching away the whole time. 8, 7, 6, 5, stay lifted underneath as much as you can. 3, 2, hold it. Now you're gonna internally and externally rotate for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Now you're gonna feel these muscles start firing and warming up. 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes up, lift for 10. Now it should start feeling a little more fatiguing. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, back down. What's nice about that is when you activate that glute med, that side of the hip, it takes some strain and pressure off of the back, right? Strengthening around the pelvis gives your back a break and gives you a lot of support. So they're really important muscles to work. Let's go ahead and flip over and do the other side so we have them both. So you're gonna lie on your side. Okay, remember, pillow still under your head. Legs slightly forward, chest open. Lengthen the leg, push away. You're gonna inhale, exhale, lift for 10. 9, remember, I want you feeling back here. So if it's more in your hip flexor or the front, what you're gonna do instead is take your leg back a little bit more. There's always modifications and adjustments for what you're doing, right? So wherever that is, you might have to turn your toes down a bit to feel this outer hip and not the front of the hip. That's what you're looking for. One more, lift. Okay, now from here, toes point down, toes point up. Internal, external rotation. 2, 3, 4. One side might be tighter than the other. 5, 6. This is definitely my tighter side. 7, 8, 9, 10, toes point up, lift and lower. It doesn't need to be really high. Sometimes that even compromises your form. So I'd rather you just have the control, right? 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest, okay? Now I'd like you to stretch that out a bit. So you're gonna lie on your back. Okay, and we can start with the leg you just worked. Just know that's gonna feel tighter because you just worked it. So you're gonna cross that left ankle over the right knee. Yep, that definitely feels tight. Press your hand against that left thigh and breathe into it. Now the nice thing, you're laying in bed, right? So you're relaxed, there's no strain. You can just hang out. There's no rush to this, right? You're taking your time and you're paying attention to your body. That's the most important thing about what you're doing. Any time you take for you is awesome. Inhale, exhale, lower the left leg, and then switch, right leg. Hips down, press your right hand against your right thigh, and then just breathe into it. In through the nose, exhale through the mouth. When you're breathing, you want to think of like a 3D breath, right? We want to expand our diaphragm in every direction. Your belly expands, the sides of the ribs expand, the back of the ribs expand. We want full air into the body, and then release everything. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. Let the foot come down. From here, bend your knees in. Hug both knees in, legs come up into tabletop. Now here's the thing, doing tabletop on your bed's gonna be softer than the floor, which means your back is gonna sink down a little bit. Now that's okay, because it's actually gonna probably give you a little bit of support, but just be mindful that that's happening so that your back is a little bit sinking. If you feel any strain for any reason, you're gonna need to adjust a bit, but all I want you to do is just activate your abs here from this. So you're just gonna pull your abs in, feet and knees together, and then you're just gonna squeeze your inner thighs together for 3, 2, 1, release. And then do it again. Squeeze those inner thighs together, 3, 2, 1, release. Imagine there's a $100 bill between those knees and you're gonna squeeze as tight as you can. Squeeze, 3, 2, 1, release. 4 more times. Squeeze, 3, 2, 1, release. 3 more. 3, 2, 1, release. 2 more. 3, 2, 1, release. 1 more. 3, 2, 1, and release. And come back down. Hug your knees back into your chest. Nice job. From here, we're gonna flip over onto our stomach. Okay? So here's the nice thing about being in bed doing this part, is that a lot of times when I do these stomach exercises with people, when they're on their stomach and we're trying to activate the upper back or the back of the legs, it's too much in their low back and you feel a lot of low back strain. The nice thing about being in bed is that you have a little bit of support because you have pillows there. So if in doing this you are feeling any low back strain, I want you to take a pillow under your pelvis so it tucks your pelvis for you, so you're not having this arch and sinking in your back, and you're pressing your pubic bone down. So you're kind of laying over the pillow a little bit on underneath your pelvis, which is really nice. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna kind of lay over the pillow so that your pelvis is tucked. Then your forearms are down, and all you're gonna do is lift the top of your chest and your head off the mat just an inch, and then back down. My goal for you here is to isolate the upper back and lower. And especially with that pillow under your pelvis, you shouldn't be able to use your low back too much to do this, and you should be able to be more in your upper back. Just 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then back down. Now same thing, pillow under the pelvis. So what that's doing is it's making me tuck my pelvis. What I'd like you to do is bring your heels together and keep that tuck. Then lift your legs up and try to hold. And then you're gonna try to click your heels together for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then back down. Slowly bring yourself up, and you're gonna sit back on your heels. Now, if you'd like to, this is a good time. You can let your feet hang off the edge of your bed, and it kind of gives you some natural traction in your low back, as long as you feel safe and comfortable there. It's a nice place to be. And then slowly come back up. So from here, come back onto your back again. You're gonna lift your right knee into your chest, and then your left knee. And I want you to hug both knees in and you're gonna breathe. You're gonna take a deep breath in through the nose, fully expand your lungs, and then exhale, let it out. Now from here, hands go behind your legs, and we're gonna press both legs up to the ceiling and then bend them. Lift and bend. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, 1 more, and 10. Slowly put your feet down. Knees are gonna be bent, arms come up to the ceiling. So what I'd like you to do here is you're gonna inhale, reach for the ceiling, exhale, release. Inhale, reach, let your shoulders round, feel that stretch between the shoulder blades, and then release. 3, down. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10, and then back down. Perfect. Arms come down by your sides, extend your legs out. Legs are gonna go wide to just outside your hips. And then what I want you to do is, or maybe just even a little bit in, you'll see what feels right for your body, but you're gonna internally and externally rotate. So you're gonna turn your toes in, turn your toes out. So now you're getting some mobility inside that hip joint and getting some movement. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10, back to center. Parallel your feet, even out your hips, lift your right leg up to the ceiling. So this next part is only if you don't have any spinal injuries or any reason you shouldn't curl up. Otherwise, you're just gonna focus on the lower half if that's okay for you. You're gonna lift one leg up, take your hands behind your hamstring, curl the upper body up. Okay, leg is up to the ceiling and I'm gonna pull it closer towards me and I'm gonna hold. And then I'm slowly gonna float my left leg off the mat and hold. Both legs are extended and I'm just gonna lightly pull my right leg a little closer. And then I'm gonna inhale, slowly exhale, switch. Inhale, slowly exhale, switch. 2, and 3, and 4. The looser you get, the higher you can move your hands. But for some of us, behind the hamstring is just what's gonna feel better, and that's what we're gonna stick with. Let's go for 6 more. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then back down. Hug both knees into your chest. Now from here, I'd like you to place your feet down to the mat, and then you're gonna slowly let your knees open, and then just let your hips stretch open and let the hip flexors stretch, right? So we're letting this just kind of release. We did a little bit of ab work, and now we just wanna breathe into it and let the hips open and stretch. All right, this is all about just getting the body going. Light movements, activation, things that wake up the body, but also things that regenerate the body and bring mobility into what we're doing. Now, I'm not so worried about how close your heels are towards your butt, right? Some of us, it might feel better to come a little bit closer. Some of us, it feels better to go out a little bit further. That's really gonna be more up to your body and what feels better for you. And you're just gonna breathe into this. Now, as we're breathing, we're gonna get a little deeper into it. So here's what I'd like you to do. You're gonna take both hands on your low belly along your pelvis. You're gonna inhale and you're gonna expand everything. Expand the belly, expand the sides of the ribs, expand the back of the ribs. So inhale, expand. Exhale, out through the mouth, let it all out. Inhale, expand. Exhale, let it all out. Keep going with that, and what I'd like you to feel is that every time you exhale, your stomach naturally sinks down towards the ground. Let's do 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. A modification of this, by the way, if for any reason this position is uncomfortable, is you can always put pillows under your thighs to help support this, right? Inhale here, and then exhale, take your hands outside your thighs to help support you to bring your legs slowly back together. And then you're gonna hug your right knee into your chest, straighten your left leg out. I'm gonna take this right knee, I'm gonna take my left hand across, and I'm gonna pull my right knee towards my left shoulder, but I'm keeping my back down and keeping my hip anchored. So this right knee's towards the left shoulder, the back is down, the hip is anchored, right? I'm pushing that hip down and away, and I feel a stretch through the side of that chest. So now I'm opening and stretching that muscle that we worked earlier when we were on our side. And then back to center, extend. Bend your left knee into your chest. And then slowly cross left knee towards right shoulder. So you can see my back stays down, my butt stays down. This hip is trying to lengthen, so I don't want my butt hiking up this way. I want to try to push it down in a way like I'm taking my butt bone to the opposite side of the room as I'm pulling that left knee and left thigh towards that right shoulder. Every time you exhale, try to think of drawing this hip bone and that butt bone down towards the ground a little bit more. So we're creating more length and more stretch as I'm pushing it away and pulling with my arms in opposition, but gently, right? It's nothing too crazy, nothing too intense, but you should still feel a stretch. And then back to center. And then bend both knees into your chest one more time. Pull them towards opposite shoulders. And when you do, try to anchor that tailbone down. You can rock a little bit if it feels okay in your body. And then slowly extend the legs. Next, we're gonna do a stretch for the side of the body. So what you wanna do is you're going to take your hands behind your head, and you're gonna take your torso and you're gonna shift yourself in this kind of like banana position, right? And then I'm gonna take my legs and they're gonna come to that same side that I just went to. So I have this twist, right? So now I twisted my body to the left, I brought my legs to the left, and I have this banana position. I'm really reaching long and I feel a stretch through that right side of my body. If I want a little bit more, I can cross my right ankle over my left, and I can also release that right arm if it feels okay, but some of us are just gonna feel great just with our hands behind our head. And then breathe into the side stretch. Inhale through the nose. Exhale, both hips should be down flat. Both shoulders should be down flat. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. Now slowly separate your legs first, then bring your torso to center. Now you're gonna rotate your torso, stay along the mat to the opposite side. So now I've turned myself slightly to the right, my right leg is already over to the right, and then I cross my left ankle over, and I have this banana position to the right. Now everyone's flexibility is obviously going to be different, so some of us may go further than others. Something may feel better, a little bit more twist may feel nicer in our bodies than it might for some others. So you're going to go to what feels best for your body, and you're going to relax your neck and shoulders. You're going to come back to your breath, anchor the hip, let that left leg be long on top of the right. Inhale, expand your lungs, expand your stomach, expand your ribs. Exhale, release. One more. Inhale, expand. And exhale, release. Keep that left hip anchored down. Separate your legs first. De-rotate your body back to center. And then bring your legs all the way together. You're gonna slowly bend your knees. And then scoot yourself over. You can even straighten one leg and then take the other leg on top to roll yourself off to your side. Now, from your side, you're gonna come here and then you're just gonna let your body open. Now, depending on how much space you have, if you were on the ground, I'd tell you to make big circles. It just depends on where you're laying on your bed. So, assuming there's less space, I'm gonna have you just open the body and then just breathe. So we've twisted the upper back, we've twisted the upper body. Arms are out to the sides, or your left arm can be on top of your right thigh. And then we open and twist. You can look towards your right arm. Now in this one, when you're on your back like this or twisting, you don't want your neck to be up necessarily too high. You also don't want it to be down. So you want to be in a comfortable position. You just don't want to feel compressed anywhere. One more breath, inhale. And exhale, close it off. And then come over to your other side. And then open to the side. Hand can come on top. This time it would be right hand on top of left thigh. I might look towards that left arm and breathe. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Slowly close it off. Use your hands to help press you up to a seated position. Or you can stay in bed if that actually feels better for you. Either one, whatever feels good for you. But this was your 30-minute in-bed workout, warm up for your morning, maybe midday. Whenever you just kind of want to lay around but still get some movement in the body, this is a great video for you to reference. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. Great job. I will see you next time.